Bonjour étudiants. So today in this video we are going to see about the pronoun E, or you can say the pronoun of place and pronoun of quantity, that is En. Okay. So this Y, or we pronounce it as E, it is called the pronoun of place, or we can say adverbial pronoun. So the adverbial pronoun E, it is pronounced as E, means there when the place has already been mentioned. Okay, so it denotes only the place. E can also mean it or them or it can say in them. Okay, in it or in them, or you can say to it or to them, or you can say on it or on them. So you have so many meanings. Okay, first primarily is it, them, then we have in them, okay, or in it or in them, then to it or to them, or in it or in on them. Okay, E usually replaces the preposition a accent plus the noun. Okay, so whatever is connected to a accent, that is au, ala, al apostrophe or aux, all the contractions with the a accent plus the noun object of the preposition, but it may also replace other prepositions of location or position, such as chez, at the house or business of, or you can say dans, in, then en, that is also in, then sous, sous, under, and it is again under sur, sous, on, plus noun. So altogether, that is the preposition a accent along with the contractions of au, ala, al apostrophe and aux plus the other prepositions. With the noun, it will be replaced by the pronoun E. Okay, so this is called adverbial pronoun. So now here you can see je vais à Paris means I go to Paris, I am going to Paris. So instead of that, to Paris will be removed, and instead of that, E will be replaced before the verb. That is the thing you have to remember. Je y vais means I am going there. Then il répond à la note. So here I told you, the contraction of ala, that is of which is related to a accent. Okay, since it is feminine, so both things along with the preposition, the noun also should be removed, and E will be replaced before the verb répond. Il y répond, he answers it. Okay, so next one, to rester dans. So here the preposition is dans, in. Ton lit means in your bed, you stay in the hotel or in your bed, anything. So instead of that, don, along with that everything will be removed, then it will be replaced by E before the verb. So tu y rester, okay, you stay in it. So that's what I said, you should have the meanings in front of you, all the meaning whatever I said. Okay, next one, E is used to replace de plus noun only when D is part of a prepositional phrase, okay, showing location. So that should be, it should be a part of a prepositional phrase showing the location. Okay, la hotel a près de la airport. So now here you can see that de la is one of the part of the preposition there, but already près is there, near of the, so that is what it is showing the location. Okay, in this case also it can be replaced by E. So the hotel is near the airport, so remove all that and just add la hotel y a, means the hotel is there. Okay, next one, never use E to replace a accent plus a person. We can't use this because it can be used only by, can be replaced only by indirect object pronouns, as we saw previously. Okay, are used for this purpose. Je parle à Lou means I speak to Lou. Here you can see there preposition a is there and person, but in this case we can't use E, we can use only indirect object pronoun. Example, je lui parle, so I speak to him, like that. Sometimes E is used in French but is not translated into English. Okay, il va au cinéma, so he goes to the cinema. Okay, here also you can see there au, cinema is removed there and E is placed before va. We, il y va means he go, yes he is, the translation is not mentioned. Okay, so these are the variations you have for the pronoun E, that is invariable pronoun of place. Okay, now we are going to see the adverbial pronoun en, that is are. Okay, this is quantity pronoun. We can say quantity pronoun. The pronoun en refers to previously mentioned things or places. In usually replaces de. So I told you there it is replacing a accent plus the contraction and other prepositions. Here only de plus noun. So de means along with the de you have du, dla, dl apostrophe and des. All that plus noun and may mean some or any. So the meaning is some or any. Any of it, any of them, about it, about them, from it, from them, or from there. So these are the meanings you get for this pronoun. Okay. Then je veux de la glace. So here you can see DELA. So it is the contraction of DE. Okay. I want some ice cream. So always it denotes the quantity. Je veux means I want some of it. So the preposition, the DE, that is the quantity plus the noun is removed, then the that en is replaced before the verb. So any pronoun you replace it before verb, conjugated verb. The next one, tu ne bois pas le lait. So here also you can see the lait is given. Okay, you don't drink milk, or you don't drink any milk. Tu ne en bois pas. So you don't drink any. So here the placement of en is after the negative first part, n apostrophe, then en before the verb, conjugated verb, then comes pa, the second part of the negative. That is how it should be replaced in the negative form. Okay. The next one, il parle de la exam. So here also de l apostrophe exam. I told you already before itself, de, not only du, the contraction of du, dla, dl apostrophe or ds, everything. Then with the noun it should be taken out and removed and replaced by en. Okay. He speaks of the exam, about the test. So remove both the things, that is along with the noun you have to remove that and add en before the verb. So il en parle. So he speaks about it. The next one, vous sortez du café. So here also du café. Remove all that and add en before that sortez. So you leave the cafe. Vous en sortez. You leave from it. Okay, so that is how it goes on. Okay. Next one, en is always expressed in French, even though it may have no English equivalent or is not expressed in English. So we don't have. Okay. So for example, tu du tem means do you have some time, or do you have any time? So here you can see that do tem. So that can be removed and add en before the verb ai. And you are answering to the question, so it should be changed to the first person. Okay, oui, je en ai means yes, I do. So that is how it goes on. Next one, note the following rules governing the use of en. Now we are going to see some rules. En is used with idiomatic expressions requiring de. For example, j'ai besoin de film means I am in need of, or I need a film. So here we can remove that the film and add en before the conjugated verb ai. Je en ai besoin. I need some. Okay, this is one rule. Next one, en is used to replace a noun, de plus noun, after a number or a noun or an adverb of quantity. See, for example, if there is a number or adverb of quantity, that should be written again in the sentence after replacing the pronoun after the verb. So that is how you see. Here you can see the sentence, je prépare ces gâteaux. Okay. Okay. So here the 6, that is SIX, cis gâteau is given here. So it is removed. It is removed. Only the gâteau is removed, but the number is replaced again. Je en prépare 6. Okay. I am preparing 6 of them. So I prepare 6 cakes. I am preparing 6 cakes, and in this case, if you are replacing the quantity en, but the number should not be removed. It should be replaced after the verb. Okay. So je en prépare 6 means I am preparing 6 of them. The next one you see, to boy une tasse de tea. You drink a cup of tea. So now here une, that is the number I said. Okay. So that should be all together. So here you can see there une tasse de tea. And here that une is not replaced. You can replace it after the verb une. Okay. To un boy une. So you drink a cup of it. Okay, that une is not replaced, but you have to replace une after that. Okay, next one, en only refers to people when de means some. Okay, so refers to people only when de means some. In all other cases, when de plus a noun mean of or about a person, a stress pronoun is used in this case. Okay, I have a lot of sun. J'ai beaucoup de filles. So now you can see here de plus the noun is used. I have a lot of sun. I have a lot of them. So if you have to remove that the fee and add en before ai, and that quantity, the adverb of quantity is repeated again. Je, en, I, beaucoup means I have a lot of them. Okay, this is another rule. Okay, now the position of object pronouns. Now we are going to see everything together, how the pronouns are replaced, either direct object or indirect object or adverbial pronoun e or adverbial pronoun en. Okay, everything, how the placement is done. For example, in a sentence, if you are going to replace it by too many pronouns, then we have to see the placement of the position of the pronouns. Okay, an object pronoun is placed before the verb to which it is meaning is tied. Okay, usually we place it before the verb, usually before the conjugated verb. When a sentence contains two verbs, the object pronoun is replaced before infinitive. So for example, in a sentence you have two verbs, one is in conjugation form, the other one is in infinitive form. For example, in future proche, passé récent. Okay, like this sentence tenses, you can replace it before the conjugate, not the conjugated verb, before the infinitive. Okay, je le demande means I ask for it. So je ne le demande pas. So see the placement, it is placed after the negative. Je ne le demande pas. I don't ask for it. Okay, we are using direct object. Next one, il va en boire. So here you can see that en is replaced before boire because there are two verbs there in that sentence. Va, that is the verb conjugation of valor, it is written in present form, and boire is in infinitive. So now it is written before, it is replaced before the infinitive. That is what, il va en boire, he is going to drink some of it. Okay, so when you write it in negative form, il ne va, so the negative is replaced before and after the conjugated verb, then comes the pronoun. Okay, so that is the placement you have to know. Il ne va pas en boire, so he isn't going to drink some of it. In an affirmative command means in imperative tense, in affirmative form, an object pronoun is placed immediately after the verb and is joined to it by a hyphen. Normally we know all that. The familiar command forms, that is er group, normally regular and irregular, retain their final s before e, that is y, and en to prevent the clash of two vowel. Because it is replaced, the s is, they take the s, that is er group verb, normally they end in e. So what happens when the pronoun e and y, en is replaced after the verb in affirmative, that is in imperative affirmative form, it takes the s because to avoid the pronoun, that is the vowel clash. Okay, so that is the reason they have given. So that is what is given. The familiar command form of er verbs, regular or irregular, retains their final s before e and en to prevent the clash of two vowel sounds together. Put a liaison, that is linking between the final consonant and e or en, that is en, reste e. So here you can see that normally reste only will come. S is added because of the pronunciation problem or vowel clash problem. Okay, reste e, stay there. But when you do the same thing, when the same affirmative in imperative tense, if it is written in negative form, that e, that is the pronoun, will be placed before the verb and s will not be there. Ne y reste pas, don't stay there. So you can see the difference. Reste y means here s is there, but in negative form, ne y reste pas means the s is not there. Okay, same for er group. Er group alone has this problem, not ir or re group. Okay, next one, in compound sentence, the object pronoun is placed before the conjugated helping verb. So here you can see that je parle en Nancy, I speak to Nancy. But here what happens, I spoke to Nancy, je lui en parle. Je lui en parle means I spoke to her. So now here indirect object is used before the conjugated verb. Okay, here in this case it should be always before the conjugated verb. Okay, and now here you can see the positions. The term double object pronouns refers to using more than one pronoun in a sentence at a time as follows. So now if you are going to replace more than one pronoun in a sentence, now you have to know the position of the pronouns. Now you can see the first one, ma, ta, sa, nu, vu, sa. This is reflexive pronouns that should be placed before. This is all before the verb. Okay, if you are replacing it one or two pronouns, this is the placement. If you are going to replace a possessive pronoun and a direct object, then it should be first should be the reflexive pronoun, then comes the direct object, le or la or les or l. Then comes the indirect object, lui, lur. Then pronoun of e, that is place. Then pronoun of quantity, en, plus then verb. For example, if you are going to replace direct and indirect object pronoun in the same sentence, then first in this case direct object comes first, then indirect object. And if you are going to replace pronoun e and pronoun en together, then in this case e will be there, that is y will be the first and en will be the second. Then comes the verb. Okay, then before the verb, that is after the verb, in the affirmative form of imperative tense. In this form, moi, toi, le, la, le, lui, all this, that is these all pronouns. Imagine, you have to not imagine, it is, these are the pronouns which comes first after the verb. Then after that comes lui, nu and vu. Then comes the pronoun of place, then comes the pronoun of quantity. So these are the positions before the verb and after the verb of the pronouns in a sentence. Okay, now the following example shows how double object pronouns are used before the conjugated verb, before the infinitive, when there are two verbs in the past tense and in the negative command. Note the different order of the pronouns in the affirmative command. Okay, so now you can see here, before the conjugated verb, il ma la donne, she gives it to me. Okay, so here you can see there, she gives it to me. Okay, the arrangement of the pronouns are placed according to the given rule. Next one, before the infinitive with two verbs, you can see there, va, tu, ma, en, offrir. So now it is written before the infinitive. Are you going to offer me any? Okay, so this is how the placement of the pronoun should be in the tenses. In the past tense, you have to write tu, le, lui, a écrit. So here you can see direct and indirect. The placement again according to the rule it is done. You wrote it to her. The next one, in a negative command, ne me le montre pas. So this is in a negative form of imperative tense, starting with the negative, then comes the pronouns. See the placement. So that is what I said. Before the verb there is different, and after the verb there is different. Don't show it to me. Okay. Next, but note the difference in an affirmative command. Montre le moi. So now in affirmative form, I told you the difference. Okay. Show, montre le moi, s'il vous plaît. Please show it to me. Then in affirmative command, so moi plus en or toi plus en becomes m apostrophe en or t apostrophe en respectively. We can't write moi or ty before en. You can write m apostrophe or t apostrophe. Don. So that is what here is. Donnez-moi un, s'il vous plaît. Please give me some. The next one, va-t'en en, go away. Okay, so these are the rules. What we have seen in this video is entirely all the rules are being followed, and I think so you have understood clearly about the pronouns, how to replace it, and what are the positions of the pronouns. Okay, so see you in the next video. Bye.